I don't know anyone from the United Nations, right? So it's not a personal thing what I'm saying, but you've really fucked up the whole world. You really have. You know, you talk about human rights. I've read all your charter, what you're aiming to do, and you have not cleared one of your lists. Not one. You have not achieved anything that you set out to do. Really, the conversation should end here, because that is a fact. Your sin has bled throughout the whole world. No one's getting human rights, not even the people in leadership, not even you people, because you break so many laws. Everything is lawless, so you have to kill people and sacrifice them to try and put fear into the other people to keep control of them. What a fuck up you are. You are not the United Nations. You are a bunch of cockroach vermin running around some fucking big building with expensive bottles of water doing fucking nothing. Right? And all the lies you tell about this nation, Russia's doing this and all that. Everybody knows you're a one world government. You might not all get on very well sometimes, and some of you got more weapons than others and can strike at other times. And even though once the peace treaties have been signed, here they're talking about giving Trump, I'm not talking about Trump, I'm talking about who's behind Trump, the Nobel Peace Prize. Suck my fucking bobby if I had one, right? What the fuck are you talking about giving him a Nobel Peace Prize? Was he not the one that was saying fire and fury? Fuck you lot, right? See, the intelligence of the whole world is so fucking minute, it's making me sick. It's making me sick. And I'm speaking as a what? What am I? Half Pakistani Scottish? No. British born? No. What am I? I am a housewife. I'm a housewife. So I'm speaking as a housewife. Now, I think a housewife should be heard, right? Because we are the ones that create the families and keep them together. If a mother leaves a home, it's hardly a home, is it? If a father leaves a home, a mother can still make it a home. I did. So the moral of the story is you're trying to edge out women. You're trying to edge out mothers for whatever reason, right? Whatever reason. But the moral of the story is, what happened to diplomacy? What happened to diplomatic talks? Genuine diplomatic talks? What happened to representing your country? You know, what do you call it when you don't? Unbiased views. You know, they've lost the name. Where you have an unbiased view. There's someone independent from the United Nations that would say, okay, we're neither for this country, that country, or that country. Perhaps pick mixed race people who don't have a fucking opinion about me, myself, being mixed race. I can see the Scottish side of things and I can see the Pakistani side of things. And I love both for what good points they've got. And they're both annoying points. Well, that's just the way life goes. So if you've got a lot of mixed race people in the United Nations, they won't be thinking, well, I love Scotland more, because you would be betraying your Pakistani people. You wouldn't be thinking, well, I betray Pakistani, so I love the Scottish. So why not have mixed race people in the United Nations? Does that not make more sense? And what better mixed race people than my children, who have been through all the racism, one minute accepted by the whites, the next minute needed by the Pakis, next minute wanted by the blacks. All this confusion you've spread, you ununited nations have spread throughout the whole world. So what a mess. You have to start again, and whether you like it or not, it is going to start again. Whether you like it or not, it is going to start again. Whether it takes a volcano to erupt underneath the United Nations to pull you all into the fucking ground, it's going to change. And I do feel that I do have a moral basis for being involved in this situation, because my children are missing to this day. So there is no greater motivation for me to want to make sure that these things don't happen, that children are just thrown about like lettuce leaves for anyone to come along and have a nibble at, right? You're exhausting our children in schools, right? Feeding them bullshit and then raping them at home. It's not going to fucking continue. See, on that Wildcat, there are millions of channels, billions of channels about sexual abuse from the disunited nations right down to the local school round the corner from my fucking house. Right? We can smell your fucking rot, you paedophile bastards. We can smell it. Now you've got one choice. Fucking die slowly and let us pull you down, because you ain't going to be standing. Or get to fuck. Go and find a fucking island, all of you, and go and stay there. And let the people who actually are doing their job do it. You need a new structure. You need a new name. Who wants the name of the disunited nations anymore? You need a new plan. And like I've said before, it is such a terrible net, like Netanyahu, right? Internet, television. It is a net. You're telling people that they are born with human rights. So everyone, I'm in jail. I've got a fucking human right. I just raped that wee 7-year-old girl and buried her in front of her mother. But I've got a fucking human right to a clean fucking bowl. Get me a clean fucking bowl. No. So you have made monsters. It's not the monsters' faults. It's your faults. You made the monsters. You made them, brought them up like that. When a child is born, they're a blank sheet of paper. You have to say to that child, you perform your human duties to man and to your fellow man and to the earth, and you will get your human rights. So if you're a murderer, don't be expecting fucking clean socks in prison. That's the way it's going. That's what stops people from sinning, is realising that they are not going to be important. So you make these makeup out of babies' fetuses, right? So therefore, Theresa May, the Queen of England, and all you Windsor family, therefore that means there is no moral reason why anyone shouldn't take your babies and your faces and slice your skin off and put them in a cream, and perhaps we'll think, well, it might give us a bit longer years, because how many babies have you eaten? You are cursing your nation. You are cursing other nations by this practice. And you're so proud of giving up these babies. We know you're sacrificing babies. Right back away in Medhamsley, years and years and years ago, you in your own prison services, on His Majesty's fucking service, you've been raping, killing and torturing and burying people's families. You are not the only fucking family in the world. You've had enough of fucking tension. You've had enough attention. Get to fuck. One way or another, you're coming fucking down. Because you're evil. You can say what you like, write me as many fucking letters as you want, come send your fucking local bobbies to my house. I don't give a fuck. I have the spirit of the living God inside me. I am living in righteous indignation. I don't even know if I exist. I'm that exhausted. I have been fighting to find out where my children are. So you can take me on all you fucking want. All you're going to find is the Most High's face in your face. Do you understand me? I'm not speaking here. This is the Most High speaking. From a little Scottish housewife. What better a person to speak from? A sick, broken Scottish housewife. I'm not threatening anyone. I'm telling you the way the Lord has told me, the way it is. One way or another, whether it's through sinkholes, floods, or whatever, you've heard what other prophets have said, you're not going to get away with killing our children.